Hey everyone, it's Natch here doing my guide for Rus Do Fah, but this is more about showing how to dupe or duplicate. There's a lot of methods out there. This one works as of 2025. I am playing on PS5, and this will just help with getting like very difficult rune words to go for you. So I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to explain the method or show you the method and then explain how it goes. So you're going to go choose a character, go Act 5, make sure whatever items you want to duplicate are in your shared stash, but you do need something on your inventory. And then make sure that you don't have terror zones activated and then your max player difficulty is set to 1. And then you're going to save and exit. And then you're going to close down the game. And then you're going to turn off your network. And then you're going to go back into the game. And you'll load up your character, same one, same difficulty that you were on when you left. And then you're going to go around in a circle. You're going to start the pentagram. And I do just want to know that you do have to at least complete the game on normal to get this done. And then so the pentagram started. So you're going to move over items from your inventory into the shared stash. You just need to move at least one. And then you're going to save and exit. And then you're going to activate the pentagram here on the character screen. And so you could just do what I'm doing, just switch through, or you could, click on your character, click out before selecting a difficulty. Doesn't take too long. And then so there it is. So I'm going to go back into the game, again on the same difficulty. And then I'm just going to go straight to the stash. Do not worry if that pentagram shows up right there. But what you're going to do is the items you want to duplicate, move from your shared into your inventory, and then quit. And then you're going to activate the pentagram again. And then after it activates, you're going to quit out. So quit the game, jump back in. Does not matter how long you take here. You don't have to quit the game for like a minute, 30 seconds. You just exit, go back in. And then go back into your character, same difficulty. And you can repeat the process from right here, but just looking at the stash, as you can see, items are duplicated. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into explaining the method. And while I'm explaining, you could see that there's some different methods for activating the pentagram. So, instead of running around in circles in the game, you could just go to the world stone keep and activate it there, and then move items from your inventory into the shared. And then again, it doesn't matter which shared you go into or which shared you ultimately pull from that you want to duplicate. It'll just, it'll work. So there are essentially two videos that kind of led me to find this method. They'll both be in the video description below. At first, one of them was very inconsistent. The other one, I was just having the opposite result where items were disappearing. And I want to just point out that if Blizzard ever patches this somehow, and you're trying to find how to duplicate again, if you are finding items disappearing, that's actually a good sign. That means you're very close to discovering the duplication method. You essentially just have to get to the point where you, I guess, essentially do the opposite route than doing what you continue to do to activate the duplicate, because it's either going to do two things. You're either going to duplicate the items or the items are going to disappear. So once you hit that point, you just have to do the opposite thing, and then that will happen. So what I'm essentially going to explain is that I don't think it's possible for Blizzard to patch this. It's because the way I see this happening is that you go into, well, first, again, you have to have the items in your inventory and then the items that you want to duplicate in your shared. They could be in your inventory and then move it to the shared and then duplicate it that way. I mean that's fine too. You could do that. But anything in your shared stash, you can duplicate. It doesn't have to just be the items in your inventory that you move over. So first, make sure you have that, and then you're going to save, exit, close the network down, and then when you go in and you're in the game, what I believe is that the internal game recognizes what your stash and inventory are at the time that the pentagram goes off. So that auto save, that's when it recognizes it. And then when you move stuff over and then you save and quit, the pentagram that you see on the character menu, that must be related to BattleNet. And then so in BattleNet, because it's a shared stash, it's connected to the BattleNet server. So it's saying that, okay, well, these items are now shared. And then when you go back in and then you copy everything before the in-game save mechanics can copy it, which meaning that, and this will be in the video description, if you're copying single items, you could do up to 16 before the game won't recognize anything further, and you'll lose that on the glitch. So just keep that in mind. If you're doing single items, it can't be more than 16. And then so again, before you activate that, the in-game save, you want to move over everything from the shared and then exit again. And then when you activate the next Blizzard save, since it's not connected to the internet, Blizzard the BattleNet will think that you still have stuff in your shared inventory, and then also the internal in-game save will also believe that you have the items that you moved over into your shared are also in your inventory. And that's kind of the best way I can explain it. Some people may say that, you could tweak this a bit and you'll still get the same result. That's absolutely true, but it's very inconsistent. This is the true and tried method. I do believe it will work on Xbox. I would love for someone to, confirm that. But again, you could do that, and then the Rus Do Fah trophy, very easy to get and with any trophy. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one.